Well, hello. I hope everybody's feeling better than I am. It's the 16th of July, but actually, yesterday, July 15th, was my son's birthday, the one who passed on 2 years ago. And I handled it better than I thought I would. Each year, or let me say each day, it gets easier and easier. Um, I try not to think about him because when I do, I find myself in a place where I don't want to believe it. And I'm not in denial, but it's hard. It's hard to believe that I lost a child. And I can say that if I could, I would rather be the one gone with him here. And I mean that with all my mind, body, soul, and spirit. But, I go back to the night that I was told that he had died. The shock, the disbelief, the pain. And the next day, well, it was early that morning. Well, later that morning, when the sun came up, um, my husband, we were together then, and it's funny that whole week it rained. He got up and left every day. Now he's self-employed, so he um makes his own hours and sets his own schedule. But he left, and I had people calling who found out, and they're like, "Where's Bobby?" And I'm like, "Oops, I said his name. Oh, fuck it. Where's so and so?" And I'm like, "He's gone." And they're like, "He's not there with you?" No, no, no. So um, the whole week, that that Monday through that Saturday, Friday, I can't. I have to go back in my mind. I don't know. But I was home a week before I flew out of town, which he didn't even have money to do that. My niece gave me the money. Um, he never he never was there to even say, just a hug. His attitude was, well, he told me people die every day. Yeah, yes, he said that to me. And that's one of the reasons why I am 800 miles away from him now, 2 years later. Absolutely, it's coming up on a year that I left. I left him July 31st, 2021. And it's been a haggard year because I found out some other things coming here, and now I know why I really had to come. Um, but a friend of mine I saw today, and I broke down. I was in the car, and they were talking to me through my car window, and I had his obit. I was driving around with it. They said, "Oh, that's your son." I said, "Yeah, that's the one that today is his birthday." And then I just kind of broke down. And they told me, "Do not drive around like that. Go home, sit back and relax. You can't be driving around feeling like that." And to me, that was so profound because the people that you would think would be concerned said nothing. And it's been the story of my life in a way that I'm very empathetic, and I am an empath. And if someone comes to me with pain or an issue, my mind automatically goes into solution mode. And I tell you, I can't remember that being done for me. To make a long story short, in the last couple of months, I have withdrawn a lot of my energy from a lot of people. Um, because I'm finding out that there are more narcissistic energy vampires in the world than empathetic empaths. Now, that's just my opinion. Um, I haven't traveled the world, but in my little world, that's how it's been. Um, and I remember in my younger days, because I'm 62 now, but in my 20s and 30s, I hadn't fully grown into it. And I had a very not fuck it attitude about people, but I really didn't like people. But I was more guarded. Um, and I have to say I was happier. But as you progress through life, things happen, and they call these they're called tower moments. Well, I've had quite a few, and you know, most people have them, especially when things are not the way they should in your life. And the universal nudge you, and you disregard it, and it gets worse and worse, and all of a sudden you have a tower, which is an explosion. Well, anyway, my son that was his birthday yesterday, and honestly and truly, out of all my children, he never gave me any problems, and I'm not just glorifying him. This is the truth. Honestly, if he had a video game and a plate of food, he was happy. Yeah, he just never gave me any problems. You know, I have learned to be my best friend. I've learned to be my strength. I've learned to be a lot of things to myself. And it's surprising to me that I can still feel for people still. I love people still. Want to give myself still. Still try to do the right thing. Still. After so many things have been done to me. And I say it over and over again. You gotta keep love there. It's the only way you're gonna win, is to keep love there. I had my son that's dead, his baby daddy. Well, he's broken down and sick. And it seems to be I'm the only one that they can call on to do anything because basically the one that's gonna say yes. Well, my son left a car and an RV and a few other things, and they've just they're over there with my other son and his dad. But my younger son, who just turned 18 and got his driver's license, well, he uses my car. He asked his brother, well, can I get so-and-so's car to drive? And his brother was like, oh, I've got to fix it up and tear it apart and get new seats. And now the car has been sitting there 2 years with no plate. No, nothing. It's just, put a plate on it when you want to use it. And so I'm driving his dad around who I absolutely, I have to block out the bullshit he put me through. And, people wonder why they're in misery and declining health and suffering. Karma is a bitch. It's alive and kicking. And if you boomerang negativity and bad things out there, believe me, it whips around one day. And it does it so gracefully. That's why I try not to be revengeful, because the things that the universe and the divine can do to people, it's just, well, anyway. So all of a sudden, the next day, which I have to drive him somewhere, the same place, because he keeps forgetting to get the shit together, all of a sudden he's interested in the car. Because I said, Jabril liked to drive. Oops, my younger son would like to drive it. And I had to break down and say, really, I can get the registration because I'm his mother, and I don't think there's a dad on the birth certificate, because you weren't there when he was born, and you know we went to child support, and you acted an idiot, so I dropped that because you were uncollectible. So really, I don't know. So now all of a sudden it's imperative that they get this paperwork together to get the car titled into my other son's name, and he's sitting in my car talking that shit. And it took everything in me not to open the door and grab him and yank him out of my car. Now, when we were together, I was with this idiot 20 years. He got his ass kicked a lot because in my younger day, when I got mad, I was Muhammad Ali. Not hair pulling, scratching. I'm talking about fists in the jaw, uppercuts, body shots. It's just a natural thing for me. And it took everything in me not to do that in my car the other day. And I had to say to myself, I don't care if he had a million cars. I'd rather have my baby here. I give a fuck about the car. Actually, I give a fuck about his baby daddy. In a sense of, I have that godly love, but I mean, I don't want to spend all my time with you. No, I give you your props. I try to do what I can, but let's not stretch it. um, let me back up a little bit. So the friend that I talked to and they told me I shouldn't be driving around, I had to tell him. I said, yo, my son OD'd on, had a high fentanyl level, and the funny thing about it is his first cousin, my nephew, gave him the pills. And my son knew the difference between the good and the bad ones, but he trusted his cousin. And my son was in debilitating pain. He had rheumatoid arthritis, really bad, a really severe case. He was in such pain. Uh, you know, I, I had a really spiritual experience. I don't know, a couple months ago, I was thinking of this channel that I created and how I really want to help people heal and get through things, and you know because I've gotten through so much. The title of my channel is actually a title of a company that he had, and it's my monument and memorial to him. But I was sitting on my bed and thinking about the structure, excuse, excuse me, of how I was going to do this platform, and I'm still developing it. I'm just, you know, and I talk to him all the time, especially at night when everything's quiet. And I know that when he held those pills in his hand, he said, either way it goes, I won't have any more pain. I know that for a fact because some kind of way he, I don't know how to explain. I was there in my mind. I know this. And in a way that makes it harder for me because in a way it's who doesn't want to live? That's how sick he was. So I didn't want to break down like this, but I have so many stories to tell you. And if anybody's listening that has lost a child or anyone that you love, know this, that they ain't gone. I know they're not here in the physical, but they're not gone. You're still connected energetically. When I was in Georgia, I needed $2,500, and I said, "Son," I said his name, "I need $2,500." Which is another story I have to tell you. That's another video. Um, so I started playing his number, $5. And in Georgia, they pull 3 times a day. So the number came, I don't know, maybe 3, 4 days after I started playing it now. I had played it for the midday, but I didn't play it for the evening, and the number fell that evening straight. I would have had $2,500. I'm in my car mad as hell. And he said to me as plain as day, "Mama, play it again." And oh, come on, it's not going to fall back to back. I swear on his grave, it fell that evening number at 11:30. It fell again, and I didn't play it. So, this is a common thing for me with numbers. I don't know how many of you are gamblers, and I get the number all the time and play it, and when I stop playing it, it falls. It's happened for years. So, every day I'm going to post a video with numbers. Now, I'm in Ohio, but I have come to the realization that it's not for me to hit, it's for me to give the number to someone or give it to others. And if it's gonna fall. You just gotta stay on them. And if they eventually win something, maybe they'll throw me a couple bucks. That's how I'm viewing it now. So my numbers are based on dreams and a few other things, but they come, but not for me. So I'm going to give you guys a number to play. 224 and 516. And the pick 3. The pick 4 is 1314. Get on those. They're coming. I played them a couple days. I let them go. Because, well, they don't fall when I play them. But they fall when I stop. But anyway, I thank you for listening. I thank you for letting me vent. And I wish people would like, subscribe, share. It would be appreciated. Humbly appreciated. Thank you all so much. Good night.